My name's Linda Bradley, and I'm 58 years old, and I went to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill from 1979 through 1985. I did an undergraduate degree and a graduate degree, and currently my daughter is a sophomore at Chapel Hill. When I was in high school, I knew that I wanted to go to college, even though that wasn't something that any female in my family had done before. My mom had always wanted to be a homemaker and did not want to go to college. My dad had some concerns and didn't want me to go to school just to try to meet somebody or get married, so we kind of had to talk that through. We had, I think, a 2-page application form, if that. We maybe wrote one essay. I was accepted at Davidson and then also at UNC Chapel Hill, and made the decision to go to Chapel Hill mostly because I felt like there were broader programs there, and so I had more of a chance of figuring out something to do with my life. When I first came to UNC, I majored in English and history, but then after 2 years of that, I became an intermediate education major, and then I went to graduate school for school psychology. When I went to UNC, I was very frightened because it was such a huge place. I had not been away from home much. I didn't know anything about what dorm life was going to be like. I lived at Granville Towers and we did lots of things as a hall that were fun. I remember just feeling like there was always somebody new you could meet around the corner. I was very involved with the InterVarsity program, and I felt like that was a good experience. The people were very nice and they reached out. UNC has those activities out there, but you have to be willing to put yourself out and find them and do them. There wasn't that pressure of always having to have the next thing. Chapel Hill stretched me, but I don't remember feeling overwhelmed. There were certain classes that I, even to this day, can kind of remember made a difference for me. It was just like there's this big world outside that I'd not learned about. I remember I didn't know anything about basketball, and somebody asked me to go, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess. And I got there and didn't even have like the knowledge to understand what I was seeing. It all went so fast. But then as I went to school here more and more and watched it, I started to really love the game of basketball and understand it more. Michael Jordan came to school when I was here, and I actually got to meet him, which is something I still talk about to this day, that I got to shake his hand. And we won a national championship, which was amazing. There's not many people I've ever met that said I went to Chapel Hill and just had a bad time. I think it's a fun place to go. I feel like it was very cost effective and also had very broad opportunities for me. I think it can be a very kind of homey and yet exciting and challenging place to come. I feel like it is a place that has become more and more inclusive. Now when I hear my daughter talk about what she's learning in the classes she's taking, that there's so much more openness to lots of different people and different cultures and just different views. I still have lots of good feelings for Chapel Hill. I think it's just really important that each person finds their own place, and so when my daughter did decide to go here, I didn't realize how much it would mean to me, and it's been wonderful. I'm very thankful to this university.